And welcome to this GSW special, Monarch of the Mat, the opening round of 18, and then next week we'll come back for the round of 16, get that down to an Elite 8, and have the Super Card July 3rd, 8 o'clock, we're thinking on that. This was going to be a live presentation, but because my hometown Tampa Bay Lightning are in the playoffs and have a critical game tonight, I am going to do this live to tape. This is right now, it is 4:02 in the afternoon on Saturday, the 19th of June. And we'll get you to our card. We have our first match already in the ring as we get some talent from the St. Louis circuit that don't usually see action in the undercard. We'll go through the card, the 8-bouts. Red Berry is about to take on AJ Styles. Ted Cox and Tommy Rich will do battle in event number 2. Vampiro and Carlos Roca. Carlos Roca pulled off one of the great upsets in GSW history when he pinned Andre the Giant in year 0 as we were setting up our initial champions. The Flying Scots, who have been multi-time champs, take on Revival in the tag team bout. Mildred Burke against Bull Nakano. Rumors are that if Nakano wins, she'll get a title shot at Fabulous Moolah at Monarch of the Mat. Ricky Chosu and Jack Sherry in a bout for the North American title. That will also be a first round bout in our final stage. Another first round bout, Gory Guerrero, the Montreal winner, will take on Shinya Hashimoto, the Los Angeles winner. By the way, Chozu won the San Juan Regional, and Jack Sherry. Which region did Jack Sherry win? That is a good question. And you'll be seeing the graphics. He won the Dallas circuit as a 13 seed. And you'll be seeing the graphics as I set up matches that will ensue. We will have those screens up for you once one match ends and I have to set things up for another match to begin. Then in the main event, Dory Funk Jr. battles Lou Thesz, just missed winning the North American title in our last card, which was also in St. Louis. This is being held in Carbondale, Illinois, at the campus of Southern Illinois University. So on we go with our first bout. It's already in the ring. Styles and Wild Red Berry. And I will show you the close-up shot, set up my shot for the in-between. The in-between. Hang on, folks. Technical difficulties abound. There we go. I have set up the in-between matches shot for you. And off we go with our first event. One fall, 30-minute time limit. Preliminaries will be 30 minutes. The Nakano and Burke match will be 45 minutes. And let me just move this over here so you can see it. There we go. And the Monarch of the Mat tournament match is 60 minutes with no DQ. And our world title bout will be 60 minutes, period. DQs are possible. And off we go. This is about in the lower part on the rankings in the St. Louis circuit. And now we can get it underway. One fall, 30 minutes. If we go to distance, it's a draw. Styles tries to style clash right away, but it was countered by Berry. Probably knew it was coming. Berry left the ring, and he is plus 10, which you don't usually see in Wrestling's Finest. By the way, we use Wrestling's Finest version 3 on these bouts. Kick by Berry, and that's 5 off of Styles' total. Legal speed move, leg hold by Styles, 4 points off of Berry. And now fan interaction for Styles, and we have a very rare situation here with both men, their damage numbers in positive territory. Styles is at 10 and Berry is a positive 6. Ropes move by AJ Styles. One of those things you don't see too often in this game, and that's 14 points off of Berry. Speed move, so Styles trying to use what he feels is a speed advantage. Auto control loss back to Berry. Face first in the turnbuckle, Styles goes, but no successful pin attempt. He kicks out at 1. Disqualify check, doesn't happen. And a submission move, well, you're not going to get Styles this early, so we'll just ignore it. Leg drop across the back does not score a pin. And we're 5 minutes into the bout. Now both men in negative territory. Styles with the slight lead. 3 points. Suplex attempt countered by Styles. Kick by Barry. Into the back, 5 points. Punches by Red Barry, 4 more points off of Styles' total. Kick by Barry. No action. Back over to Barry. No action there. Back over to Styles. No action there. Suplex attempt by Styles, and it scores 10 points. And another suplex. He wasn't done with the suplex, and that's 10 more points off of Barry's totals. By the way, Barry so far this year, 1 draw, and that's it. And Styles lost to Ray Steele for his only bout in year number 4. Calf crusher by Styles, but that's not a submission move that's likely to score, so we'll just move on. Legal leg hold allows Styles to keep control of the fray. No action. Legal punches by Barry. Illegal punches, 4 points off of Styles' total. A pin attempt tried to use the ropes for leverage, but it looked like the referee was wise to it. So no pin. We crossed the 10-minute mark. We'll give you a damage update. Leg drop by Barry, no pin. So it's 52 points off of Barry, 40 off of Styles. So not a lot of damage being done in this bout. So you could see a 30-minute draw here. A couple of auto control losses, followed by a whip to the ropes by Barry. No pin. No action. Speed move by Barry. Kick by Barry. Some fan interaction, but this time it's negative, and Barry loses 5 points. So it's still dead even almost at the 12:48 mark. Arm holds used by Barry. Arm hold used by Barry. Auto control loss back over the Styles. Styles going for something. Oh, yes. And Barry has been busted open as Barry did a facial with the ring post, and that's 22 off in cuts for Wild Red Barry. More action outside the ring, and this is going to be a count-out win for Barry. Styles and Barry slug it out on the ringside floor, not paying attention to the referee's count. Barry suddenly rolls back in the ring before beating the count. Barry is going to win by count-out, which is going to get him 2 points, and Styles is going to lose 2 in the rankings. Oops, shouldn't have done that. Let me widen out the screen for you and let me show you what I'm doing. So it's Barry picking up 2 points with the count-out win because men were within 4 points of each other. Barry by count-out, and I will write in the explanation, do the write-ins later that I know Tom Vogel likes to see, and a few others. Count-out. I'll do the summaries later as I put this up on the Wrestling's Finest Delphi board. And I also put this up on my Facebook page, Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims, the Facebook channel. I got 13 members, always looking for more. So if you're listening to this and you want to join in, just look up Big Paulie's, apostrophe between the Y and the S, World of Sports Sims.facebook.com. So Barry's going to pick up 2 points and he'll go to 109. I wonder who the first guy was. Probably happened in basketball to refer to, let's say, somebody has scored 105 points, and they want to tell you what the score is, but instead of saying 100, they say 105. I wonder who was the first guy to ever do that. Calling a basketball game, or maybe, a quiz show or something like that. Person who used the phrase 1-0 first. Maybe that's a good trivia question for today. I don't know the answer to that. And we'll take a look what happened post-match. Nothing happened post-match. Oops. There's me. And Barry wins by count-out. I'll do the write-ups for the bouts later. Right now, take a look at the champions roll call while I set up bout number 2. I'll talk to you during the setup just to let you know I'm still here. We have a good circuit. St. Louis does. So we most definitely are going to have some quality matches, whether you look at the top of the rankings or the bottom of the rankings. Got a good crew in St. Louis. And I can now show you who will be in bout number 2. It's going to be Ted Cox against Tommy Wildfire Rich, who's a great babyface in the St. Louis circuit at the moment. Cox 1-5-1 through 7 bouts. Rich is 0-1-3. Of course, he was the NWA champion for a hiccup, beating Harley Race, I think, in 1981, then losing the title to him. So we'll do the trade hold recommendations, and they're each going to have a couple. Again, one fall 30 minutes for these first 4 bouts, and then we will be upping up the time limit as we go through the card. Tommy Rich gets cocky and makes, unless maybe Tommy Rich gets cocky and makes a bad mistake at some point. That's the only way Ted Cox has a shot at this. Ted Cox comes from the Mexico City circuit, did some time there. Actually, in his career, I believe he spent most of his career in New York. And Rich should be the dominant man here, but you never know. And we are about ready to begin this bout. Cox and Rich doing battle. And off we go. Cox 1-5-1. Rich 0-1-3. Legal punches by Cox. No action. Submission move. Scores. Legal arm hold. Legal arm hold scores for Rich. A headlock by Cox. As they go back and forth here. A kick by Cox. Cox with control. Cobra clutch, but that's not going to be a submission move because submission rating right now for Rich is a 0 on the 3. Diamond head twist countered by Rich. Rich comes back with an illegal elbow, so they're going back and forth here. Auto control loss. Low blow by Cox. Ooh. See some men here at Carbondale grimacing after that. And we are almost at the 5-minute mark. Face rake by Cox. And Rich knows how to play dirty, too. No pin after a big boot. We're at the 5:02 mark. Cox ahead by 28 points. Legal chop by Cox. Punches by Cox. More illegal punches by Cox. A kick by Cox. You got to be careful how you say these things with a name such as Ted's. Body slam countered by Cox and another kick. Whip to the ropes by Cox, and that's 6 more points off. So Cox coming out strong. I can't believe I said that. Foreign object countered by Rich. Suplex from Rich onto Cox, and that's 10 more points off. I'm not trying to be funny here, folks. I'm trying to call a straight match. Backslide by Rich, no pin. Nearing the 10-minute mark, body slam countered by Rich. Now we cross the 10-minute mark with an arm hold by Rich. So right now it's 33 off for Cox, 76 off for Rich. And off we go into past the 10-minute mark at 10:17. Legal elbow now by Rich. Speed move by Rich. Legal punches by Rich. So Rich getting some wildfire going here. He's getting fired up. Whip to the ropes by Rich. Auto control loss back to Cox. A disqualified check. Possible DQ is stopped. Legal power move by Cox. As Cox is just mauling Rich in the corner. Outside ring action. We have arm holds being applied by Rich. Body lock by Cox, which is a submission move, but no possibility of Rich submitting, so we move on. Headlock by Cox. Face rake by Cox. Strategy used and countered by Cox. We don't know what strategy card that Rich was using. Suplex on Cox, no pin. Leg hold by Rich. These men were, even though it looks like this would be a runaway bout that Rich would win, they're about even in the rankings. Thesz press, which is kind of ironic because what we see in Lou later, that's countered by Cox. A kick by Cox into the solar plexus. 6 more points off. We're at the 16-minute mark. Cox still with about a 30-some-odd point lead. No action. Legal chop by Cox. No pin. Bout number 2, if you are just queuing up to this point in the stream. Legal punches by Cox. Earlier we had Wild Red Berry beat AJ Styles by countout. That was our first bout. Low blow by Cox, countered by Rich. Body slam. Near pin there on Cox. He needed a 4 or less on the 3 count. Got a 7. Disqualify check arm holds used by Rich. Thesz press, but it does not score a pin. Legal punches by Rich. We're nearly at the 20-minute mark now. Submission move. Kick by Cox, and Cox has been using some well-placed kicks, and that was a pin attempt that does not go. So right now, 100 off of Cox's numbers and 122 off of Tommy Rich's. We're now down to 937 left in this bout at the 2023 mark. And yeah, Rich bleeds a lot, and he's got a gusher, 16 points and 15 points off of stamina. So that's a bit of a hit for him. Disqualification possible, but avoided. And we move on. Submission move by Rich, but that will not score. Kick by Rich. Illegal turnbuckle move, and that's got Cox a little woozy, but nowhere near the pin there. We have, so far, 3 attempts by Rich, 4 by Cox. Rich in control. Oh, both wrestlers are ignoring the instructions of the referee. They just want at each other, and they want at each other bad. And this is going to be a double disqualification. So they will each pick up a point, and that is it. So a DDQ. Oh, I did it again. Okay, I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. I should probably have my keyboard out a little farther. So it's Cox and Rich going to the old double DQ. And they will each pick up 1 point. Cox will go from 112 to 113. Rich goes from 111 to 112. And the time of the fall was 23:55. 114 off of Cox, 153, and a 16 cut for Tommy Wildfire Rich. This got a 3-star rating. It was a good solid bout, but nothing came to show of it. Now we will show you the Monarch of the Mat circuit winners as we set up our next bout. So stand by, everybody. I'll show you that while I get our third bout going. Vampiro will face, it's not like it's a big secret who I'm putting up, Carlos Roca from Portugal, who I think had a couple of runs in the old WWF in the 70s. So let's show you this bout I am putting together. There we go. Bout number 3. And what I'm going to do as we go through the bouts, because I don't have a graphic set up on the bottom as I did on a few cards that I have done start to finish. This is a 30-minute time limit bout. Vampiro is the heel and Roca is the face. Trade hold recommendations. We have a couple, so we will exchange holds. And I don't have the write-ups yet. Wild Red Berry won over AJ Styles by countout in our first bout, and the bout that you just missed if you queued up to this point. Ted Cox and Tommy Rich went to a double DQ. So, this sets up bout number 3. We're moving right along here, folks. 18 minutes gone, and we're already into our third match. Computer thinks Vampiro won't have enough bullets to pull it out. And we now take you to our third bout of the evening. Unless you caught Grand Slam Saturday, we already did 4 bouts there. And we will have the same setup for the second round. We will have Grand Slam Saturday recapping the week that went by at 7, and then we will have our second round of the Monarch of the Mat. This will be from Kansas City, hosted by the St. Louis Circuit at 8, but it should be a 9-bout card. We have our 8 second round bouts, and we will have a main event to be determined. So off we go. 30-minute time limit for this one and our next bout. Punches by Vampiro in an Indian deathlock. Illegal punches by Vampiro, so Vampiro off to a good start in the first minute of the bout. He's racked up a 20-point lead. Headlock by Vampiro outside the ring action. Vampiro just punching away at Roca like this was a prize fight. Pile driver by Vampiro. Crunch. And that's 13 more points off of Carlos Roca's total. Submission move countered by Carlos Roca. Roca can now fight fire with fire, and he does the legal punches, and that's 4 points off of Vampiro's total, so that's the first tally off of him. By the way, coming into this bout in year 4, Vampiro 1-3-2, and Roca 3-1-1. His last bout was a time limit draw with Giant Haystacks, and Vampiro just recently had a double countout with Magnum TA. That was his most recent bout. Auto control loss. We go back to Vampiro. Goes for the Boston Crab, and that's 4 points off. Legal whip to the ropes by Vampiro. Legal throw by Vampiro. The legal chop by Vampiro. Roca comes back. Legal whip to the ropes. Legal arm hold by Roca, and a disqualify check, and a DQ was stopped. So at the 5-minute mark, 15 off of Vampiro, 59 off of Roca. Indian Deathlock used by Vampiro again. He likes that move for some reason. Flying punch by Vampiro, right in the schnoz, and that's 12 more points off of Roca's total. The Portuguese champion is what Roca is called. Arm hold by Vampiro, 4 more points. And a suplex attempt, 10 points. So Vampiro just tossing Roca around right now like a rag doll. Arm hold by Roca. Vampiro is probably best known for his work in the United States. He was with WCW. I guess you could call him a mid-carder, but he's best known for his lucha libre work. Disqualify check for Vampiro, but he uses punches instead. Strategy card used, countered by Roca. Legal punches by Vampiro. Headlock by Vampiro. And now an inside cradle does not get the pin. We are 9 minutes into the bout. So we owe you a damage check when we get to 10. Submission move, we're not going to attempt that because there would be no chance of scoring the submission. Counter, Vampiro went for a pinhold countered by Roca. Roca now a legal throw. No pin. We are now at 10:24, so I could tell you Roca is now down 92 points in damage. Auto control loss. Another auto control loss. Roca with a drop kick, but that was countered by Vampiro. Vampiro just probably put his arms up and said, "Away with you, sir." Legal low blow. Illegal low blow. When is a low blow legal? Illegal low blow to Roca in his very lower region. That's 6 more points off. Arm hold. And now Roca drops his stamina level. 6 more points. Roca, no action. Both men are still in pretty good shape. Vampiro mostly of all because he's only lost 25 damage points in almost 13 minutes of action. Vampiro goes for the snap suplex outside the ring, and that lands with a thud. You could hear the vertebrae in Vampiro's back cracking from here at my broadcast position, and that's 20 points off of Vampiro's total. Disqualify check. Arm holds being used by Roca. Roca wanting to get a clean victory here for his St. Louis fans. Choking by Roca. And a legal throw by Roca. Legal, not illegal. 5 points more off. Figure 4 by Roca. Submission attempt, which I shouldn't have tried, but I tried anyway. Roca still in control. A kick. A kick. Not a pumped up kick, but a kick nonetheless. 6 points more off of Vampiro's total. We'll cross the 15-minute mark here. Vampiro in control. He uses punches. So right now it's 71 off of Vampiro and 124 off of Roca. So the lead tightening a little bit down to 53 points. Legal throw by Roca, 5 points off. Auto control loss. Flying, no, that's a double axe handle. Near pin there as he needed a 4, got a 5. So Vampiro with a very, very near pin, and that was his first attempt. We've only had 2 pin attempts so far in the match. Legal punches by Vampiro, a legal throw by Roca. Drop kick by Roca, countered. Ropes move by Vampiro, flying headbutt, that scores 12 more. Lead opening up a little bit more. Flying spinning leg lariat by Vampiro. Well, that nearly took Roca's head off. Punches by Vampiro, he's in control. Nail in the coffin. No, Roca got to the ropes. He had a 25 and 40 chance of being pinned in that exchange, but not to be. So we play on. Whip to the ropes by Vampiro. Vampiro, Ally Station at ringside, pulls Carlos Roca out of the ring. Vampiro is DQ'd for outside interference. Oh, I see the red hair there. It looks like Wild Red Berry got into this bout. Barry feeling his oats after that win over AJ Styles. So Vampiro is DQ'd. Roca is going to be your winner in a bout where Vampiro was doing awfully well. And maybe Roca, maybe Barry and Vampiro will exchange some words. So Roca will pick up 2 points. Time of the fall 20:06. Wild Red Berry getting into the middle of this one. And again, I am not doing the write-up. I'll do the write-ups later. Just want to get these results up and going here. That's a 2-star match between Roca and Vampiro. They have been a few times, although not recently. And we now go to our 4th bout, and let me show you the pairings of the Monarch of the Mat final stage, the stage where 18 enter and only one's going to emerge as a champion. So let me show you that while I set up our tag team bout here on the Monarch of the Mat first round of the tournament, final stage. The Flying Scots were a big factor in GSW. They are kind of like a backup babyface team here in St. Louis with Bruiser and Crusher getting the accolades. And the Flying Scots are going to get a chance at Refound Stardom with the Okerlund Cup coming up in the 3rd quarter of year number 4. That is much like our Monarch of the Mat tournament, although the fields will be smaller, and we're going to have a 16-team final stage. We're not going to have a need for an extra round. So it's going to be Revival taking on the Flying Scots. Scots are another team that has been multi-time champions in GSW in its various configurations over the years. So this is our 4th bout. Recapping what has already happened, Red Berry over AJ Styles, Ted Cox and Tommy Rich went to a double DQ. Carlos Roca over Vampiro when Wild Red Berry interfered. We'll give you a recap of the card after every bout, which I have now just done again. So this will be one fall, 30 minutes in time. Speed Move Arm Hold is the trade-off for the Scots. George and Sandy Scott against the Revival team. And I'll tell you who is on that team in just a moment because I'm drawing a blank in terms of my knowledge of this team because they were in the WWE. I think I want to say like in the 2010s at some point, so I'm not all that familiar with them. If Revival thinks they have a chance in this match, well, they better be stop. They have been drinking goofy stuff, and they better stop. Revival is Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson, in case you were wondering. So this is a 30-minute bout, our last 30-minute bout of the evening. And we're going to get this started. Did I turn the computer on for each team? We will check that. Yes, I did. So let's go over to our tighter screen and start our bout. Revival tried a little sneak attack, but the referee thwarted it. No action by the Scots. And they hit the Revival with some double team moves, 40 points off of their total. A body slam for 9 more. The Scots are 4-3-1. They last lost to the Outsiders. I think that was in the Carolina circuit. The Revival hold a countout win over Bruiser and the Crusher. They are 1-0 so far in year number 4. Counter move by the Scots. Actually, the Scots move was countered by Revival. Revival goes for an inside cradle. Hard to tell who's doing what to whom. Double team attempt by Revival. That's... Let me see here. Well, it couldn't have been on the Scots. It was actually the Scots on Revival there. Double drop kick. Could this end early? It does. How about that, wrestling fans? 2:25 is all it took for the Scots to dismiss the Revival here. And we will duly note that. How about them apples? So the bout took 2:25. And hope you're enjoying all the wrestling here on my channel tonight. We had the Grand Slam Saturday, as we normally do, 7 o'clock, because that was the time wrestling would come on in my neck of the woods in Tampa. Scots by pin. They pick up 3 points for the win because there was a 13-point difference. And the double drop kick. It was George pinning Scott Dawson after a double drop kick. So we're midway through the bout, midway through our card. 3 points off of Scott, and that was it. 77 off of Revival. Only half a star because it wasn't much of a bout. 225 was all it took. So we're at intermission time. I'm going to take a little bit of a longer break and then set up match number 5. I'm going to turn my mic off for a minute. And then we're going to get started with our ladies match, Mildred Burke and Bull Nakano. Stand by, please. My break consisted of sweet tea, in case anybody was wondering. So we'll leave Gordon and Dusty on for a minute as I set up my next bout, which is going to be the ladies' bout, Mildred Burke and Bull Nakano. Burke's got numerous title chances against Fabulous Moolah after Moolah just unset Burke as the ladies' champ. So we look under Joshi for Bull Nakano. And this will be a 45-minute time limit. And our ladies are in the ring. We'll set up the trade hold recommendations. Don't have to set Mildred's because Bull has no counters. If it's ropes, I usually ignore it unless the adversary has other moves. And I would apply the ropes moves. Nakano, 4-1-0. She had a good run in the Bell of the Brawl tournament we had in the first quarter of 2021, year 4. Beat Bailey, Molly Holly, and China. China beat Fabulous Moolah in the tournament. Rumors that she might be getting a shot in the near future. And a lot of Moolah on the most recent matches box for Mildred Burke. She is 12-2-2 in 16 bouts, so this will be her 17th. So this is one fall 45. Computer favors Mildred Burke. And let me again go to the widescreen. This is bout number 5. And we will recap what has already happened on the card after before our next bout, because our next few bouts are going to be important. Bull Nakano, small package right away, but it didn't score a pin. Body slam by Nakano, pile driver by Bull Nakano, no pin. Burke's going to be a tough out in 45 minutes with that pin rating of 20-20-2. One of the best in the women's game. Arm hold by Nakano, no action. Low blow. Well, that's not going to hurt a woman. No pin. Specialty move. Guillotine leg drop by Nakano, no pin. So Nakano looking for a good showing here to get the title shot at the Monarch of the Mat Elite 8, which will be 2 weeks from today on July 3rd. Headlock by Burke, arm hold by Burke, illegal punches by Burke, countered. Ropes move by Nakano, illegal choking by Burke. Power move by Nakano, no pin. Spinning toe hold, no pin. Well, no submission because you couldn't score a submission otherwise. Supplé attempt, Nakano doing well. We are at the 7-minute mark. She's up 79 points in damage. Forgot to give you the 5-minute check. Legal chop by Burke. No pin. Supplé attempt by Burke. Burke's short, but she's strong, and that's 10 points off Nakano's total. Kick by Burke. Pinhold by Burke that does not result to a pin. Auto control loss. Specially move guillotine leg drop again. Scores again. 14 points, but no pin off of it. Body slam by Nakano. No pin there. She's gone up a stamina level. We are almost at the 10-minute mark. We cross it now with that legal leg drop by Nakano. Almost a pin, a 5. Needed 1 or a 2. We're 10:33 into the bout, and Nakano still up a wide margin, 82 points. Auto control loss by Nakano on Burke. Headlock, ropes move by Nakano, no pin. Supplé attempt, no pin. Burke in control, going for the Burke slam. Nakano uses the ropes and escapes it. Camel clutch applied, but that does not lead to a submission. No action. Ropes moved by Burke. Lariato by Bull Nakano, no pin. Legal forearm by Bull. Disqualified check. Throat chop. Countered. Pin hold. We're at the 16:35 mark, so I owe you a damage check, and we're at 161 off of Burke and 60 off of Nakano. 45-minute time limit, so we're about a third of the way through. Kick by Burke, countered. Body slam by Nakano, but that doesn't. Illegal pin attempt. Nakano must have been doing something naughty, and that stops the attempt. Either pulling the tights or had a foot on the ropes. Had to be one of the two. Now a power move by Nakano. Nakano with a series of flings across the ring. She's pulling Burke's tights. Hide your eyes, children. Illegal pin attempt and no pin results. No action by by Nakano. Burke goes for a DQ check. 5 points off of Nakano's total. Legal chop by Burke. 7 points off. No pin. Supplé attempt by Burke. And that's 10 more points off of Nakano. So Burke trying furiously to get back in the match. Punches by Burke. Kick by Burke. Burke has control. Burke nails Nakano as she tries to re-enter the ring, knocking her back to the arena floor. That's 10 points off. Kick by Burke, no action. Burke now a big boot, and now Nakano goes down a stamina level. We're at almost the 21-minute mark. The lead tightening. It's only a 59-point lead here for Nakano. Pin hold by Burke, no pin. We have had 6 pin attempts by Burke, 10 by Nakano, so this has been should be a high-rated match because we've had a lot of working going on. Submission move by Nakano, but not enough to try for a count. Ropes move countered. Pin hold countered. Legal elbow countered. Kick by Burke on Nakano right in the solar plexus, and that's 7 more points off. At the 23-minute mark, no action. Nakano. Ropes move by Nakano, which was a flying body press. Shomp! And that's no pin. Supplé attempt by Burke, countered by Nakano. Nakano coming back with a guillotine leg drop. It's been working good for her so far, but this results in no pin. We are at 24:43. The lead for Nakano now looks like 77 points. Burke in trouble. Flying knee drop, and Burke loses another stamina level. Just past the 25-minute mark. Body slam by Nakano. Kick by Nakano. Nakano now up to 13 pin attempts in this bout. Choking by Burke. Supplé attempt, and it's no pin. Supplé attempt again, countered by Burke, and she goes for a counter. Specially move. Shoulder block. No, does not get it. Nakano, with wisdom, reaches the ropes. 28:30 into this bout. We go 45 in this. No action by Burke. Auto control loss by Nakano. Submission move by Burke. Countered. Ropes move. No pin. No pin. In fact, in Bell of the Brawl, Mildred Burke did lose did win over Bull Nakano in their last meeting, but that was in the first quarter of the year. Nakano goes to that guillotine leg drop, but now Mildred Burke's seen that enough to counter it. 146 off Nakano, 256 off of Burke. We're at the 30-minute mark and 8 seconds. Legal throw countered by Burke. Elbow by Nakano. No pin. 15 pin attempts now on Nakano onto Burke. Disqualify check. Stop. Disqualify check. Arm holds used by Nakano. We're at 31-28 with pin holds. No pin. Legal punches. Legal punches by Nakano. 5 more points off of Burke. Nakano pulling away now. Headlock. Mildred Burke refuses to take a step back and continues her quest to win the match despite being in rough shape. No action. Legal leg hold by Burke. Headlock by Burke. Submission move by Burke. Countered. Bull back in control. And this time Nakano with some agility. Ring apron move from the ring apron to the arena floor, and Burke loses 10 more points. Burke now down 134 points. Auto control loss. Back to Burke, who loses control right back. Punches used by Nakano. Legal power move countered by Burke that Nakano was trying for. Neck hold by Burke. We're down to 10 minutes. Burke's got to hold Nakano off these last 10 minutes to get a draw to have that title shot at Monarch of the Mat Elite 8. She should be getting a title shot again this week, but and if Burke beats Moolah this week, then it's going to be Burke against Nakano for the title. But we're a long way away from that yet. We got to get through this match. No action. Back to Bull Nakano. Another body slam. And that's 10 more points off of Burke's total. Counter by Burke coming up. Legal low blow. Here we go with the low blows again. And that's 5 points off of Nakano's total. Turnbuckle by Burke. Legal turnbuckle move, and that was a face rip while Nakano was tied up in the ropes. So Burke doing what she can to keep the title shot hers. Little Nakano in control outside the ring action. Nakano attacks Burke as she climbs through the ropes in an effort to get back into the ring. Auto control loss back to Burke. Illegal punches countered back to Nakano. Ropes move countered back to Burke. Pin hold countered back to Nakano. Headlock countered back to Burke. Burke has control. Legal leg hold by Nakano. Disqualify check. We're down to the last 5 minutes of the bout. 5 minutes 5. Nakano using punches. Disqualify check. And looked like there might have been a double DQ, but there isn't. Auto control loss. Back to Nakano. 4 minutes left now. 4. Kick by Nakano. Burke gets nailed in the midsection again. The lead for Nakano is now 148 points. Submission move. Cobra clutch. We'll try for it. Don't get it. Nakano. Lariato again. This time it gets it done. This time it gets it done. We've had a major upset here in the women's game as Bull Nakano at 42-43 gets the pin on Mildred Burke. So Nakano is going to get that title shot against either Moolah or Burke could win the title again next week. It's Nakano pulling off an upset pin. She gets the 4 points for a pinfall win and 2 more as a bonus because there was a 21-point gap in the rankings between them. So that was 42-43. What a bout. Might have stolen the show from the gentleman here on this GSW Saturday night special as we cover this first round of the final stage. So what a match. They're giving it 4 stars. I would agree with that. 18 pin attempts is what Nakano wound up with, and Burke got 9 in, but she just couldn't keep pace with Bull Nakano. So Nakano avenges the loss suffered onto Burke at Monarch of the Mat. not Bell of the Brawl tournament. So it was 349 off of Burke in a losing effort, 149 off of Nakano. She will get the win, and we might see some big things out of Bull Nakano. She tries to become the GSW Women's Champ for the first time. So that has been bout number 5. We're now going to move on to, let me see where we are here. So I just had it, and it slipped away from me. We're going to move on to our 2 first-round bouts in the final stage of the Monarch of the Mat, where the circuit winners are now going to start facing each other. So stand by, folks, and we are going to set up our first such Monarch of the Mat first-round bout. And then we have a world title bout coming up after all of this. So we have quite a night ahead of you still. We have played 5 bouts out, and we are about to play the 6th bout, then the 7th, then the 8th. It's going to be Jack Sherry against Ricky Chozu. This is going to be 60 minutes. In fact, let me just come back here and show you my screen. There we go. It is for the North American title. It is in play during this bout, because that's what we like to do here in GSW. If there is a champion and there is a tournament, then that title is on the line. This is a no DQ bout. No DQ. We're going to find out who the winner is here. And we're going to go never on, because these men are from different regions. I find it unlikely that they would have shenanigans pre-match, so we're going to move the pre-match to never. And Sherry, who just defended his title recently against Lou Thesz, is now going to have to defend it against Ricky Chozu. Chozu would love to take the North American title back with him to Japan one of these days, or tell his people that he won the title. Chozu comes in 4-1-3. And Sherry is 5-2-2. Chozu won the San Juan tournament. Sherry won the Dallas tournament, when Dallas and Houston have since merged and become the Texas circuit. So we have put the counters in. This is the first round of the final stage. For the first time, circuit winners are going to be going at each other. So this ought to be a dandy. Chozu could score a pinfall or submission. He is the new North American champion. If we go to a draw over 60 minutes, Chozu will advance on the basis of being the higher seed. Let's play this bout out. Oops, you can't see that. Let me move this over. There we go. Sherry should win the match, says the computer. Says Vog. And both these men, Sherry's got the better stamina, but Chozu has the better pin rating. And off we go. First round, first bout of the final stage. We start with a no action. We go to Chozu. Punches being used by Chozu onto Sherry. Chozu. Oh, we have blood right away. We have a series of shoulder blocks into Ricky Chozu while he's pressed up against the ring apron, and Chozu is cut, and it's a big one, 30 points off of cuts. By the way, the match can be stopped on cuts and be awarded to one man or the other. Legal leg hold by Sherry, choking by Sherry, figure 4, but that's not going to get a pin here. Chozu's submission rating way low, and it has a 0 in the 3 count, so we know he can't get it done. Sherry with an auto control loss. We go to Chozu, who does the same. Auto control loss, back to Sherry, back to Chozu, legal arm hold, and all that shenanigans, and that's 5 points off. Remember, we're going 60 here. Auto control loss, Chozu, back to Sherry with a headlock. Sherry with an auto control loss. We go back to Chozu with a power move. No pin. Back to Chozu. No action. We go back to Sherry. Legal chop countered. Kick by Chozu. Legal knee, so I owe you a damage check here. That's no pin. Chozu at 69 and a 30 cut, and Sherry at 30. So Sherry ahead of the battle right now. Power move by Chozu, and I think he has an illegal pin attempt going, but no pin. Auto control loss, we go back to Sherry. Sherry with a chop. Sherry had control, a scissors hold. Doesn't get it done. He had a 14 out of 40 chance. No pin. Legal whip to the ropes. No pin. Chozu. Auto control loss. Legal punches by Sherry. Sherry in control. A scissors hold countered. Supplé attempt countered by Chozu. Countered by Sherry. Illegal punches. That scores for Sherry. Chozu getting redder in the face, and that is not a show of weakness or frustration. That is his blood. Sherry, no action. Chozu, no action. Chozu, Scorpion, Deathlock, but that will not score to submission, so we'll move on. No action. Body slam. No pin. So far, we've had 3 pin attempts by Chozu, 2 by Sherry, as we cross the 10-minute mark, with pinhold attempt being countered by Sherry. So Sherry now at 64. Chozu has come back in the match a little bit, 96 with the 30 cut. Legal punches by Chozu. Kick by Chozu. Supplé attempt by Chozu. Chozu getting a series of hold. Sherry goes for a Japanese leg hold, but it's countered by Ricky. Ricky, don't lose that number. Pin hold by Chozu with the backslide. Chozu, Scorpion Deathlock, but that's not going to score a submission, so we cancel it. Legal throat chop by Chozu. Body slam by Chozu, that was countered. Headlock by Sherry. Illegal knee by Sherry. Sherry in control. Scissors hold. That gets it done. Sherry is going to advance into round number 2. I think he will get a very strong opponent in round number 2. In fact, let me look at the brackets real fast, and I will show them to you here. He's going to get Jerry Lawler in the next round, Jerry the King Lawler, and the North American title will be up for grabs on that too. In fact, let me show you what has just happened. And we can now, if I can go into my slides, show you that it is now going to be Jack Sherry battling the King next week in Kansas City. Oh. And there you go. Lawler against Sherry. So the winner of our next bout, Gory Guerrero and Shinya Hashimoto, will take on the Hulkster. In fact, we will set that bout up for you all right now. As we straighten out our slide. And we will be right back, so stand by, everybody. We'll get our next bout up. Actually, no, I have to tabulate what happened in this bout. Still. So just give me a moment here, folks. It was Sherry winning by pin. He keeps his title, by the way. And he picks up 4 points, eliminating Chozu to win 1,400. Not 1,400, but 14 minutes even. Scissors hold 120 to 30 off of 112. Went 3.5 stars. Now I'll set up our next bout. So stand by, everybody. And as you see this bout, I am probably sitting in front of my television watching the Lightning Islander game tonight. Go Lightning! Hope you do well. We're up 2-1 in this series as I record this on Juneteenth of 2021. So it's Gory and Shinya Hashimoto. Hi! U.S. Open going on right now. I have no clue who's ahead. Okay, so our next bout set up. So we'll show you that. There we go. Again, this is one fall, 60 minutes, no DQ. I set it up wrong. Hang on, folks. Hang on, folks. I did not get the no DQ in. Well, sooner or later, you're going to make a mistake. That's kind of my view on things. 60 minutes, no DQ. Now we could show you the trade holds, and it's a ropes move for Shinya Hashimoto, and that's it. Guerrero's not trading holds. So to recap what has happened. Wild Red Berry over AJ Styles by a count out. Ted Cox and Tommy Rich went to a double DQ. Vampiro and Carlos Roca. Roca won by DQ. The Scots and Revival. Scots easily won. Bull Nakano in a very good match defeats Mildred Burke. She'll get the title shot at the Monarch of the Man Elite 8, which will probably be our opening bout on that supercard. And Ricky Chozu loses to Jack Sherry. Sherry moves on to round number 2 with a scissors hold, 14 minutes. So with that, let's play out our 7th bout on this card. Gory Guerrero, the favorite. And off we go. This is no DQ, 60 minutes. If we go to the time limit draw, it's going to be Guerrero who advances, because he is the higher seed. Submission move right away. We're not going to attempt it because each man's submission rating is very, very low at this point. 0 on the third count. Guerrero is 5-2-1 this year. He won the first tournament, the Montreal tournament, and Hashimoto won the Los Angeles tournament, and those were her first 4 bouts. He beat Hector Garza, Scardy Tuhati, Negro Casas, and Scott Hall to get here, in reverse order. Supplé attempt by Hashimoto, auto control loss, body slam by Gory, no pin. The winner gets Hulk Hogan in round number 2, which we'll have for you next week at this time. Triangle choke by Hashimoto countered. Guerrero stomping on Hashimoto. Hashimoto is cut. 15 points. No action. Fan interaction for Gory. And Hashimoto loses points on that. Body slam countered. Kick by Hashimoto. No pin. Sure, the promoters would privately tell you they want Hashimoto to win, so there's not a babyface match between Hogan and Guerrero. Flying forearm, because that would kind of be a nationalist bout. Hulk being one of the great wrestlers of the United States and Gory being one of the great grapplers of Mexico. Choking by Guerrero. Ropes move countered. Neck hold by Hashimoto. Drop kicks countered by Hashimoto. Choking countered by Guerrero. Kick by Guerrero scores. We're at 41 off of Guerrero's 72 off of Hashimoto. We're at 6.5 minutes into this bout. A couple more counters. Submission move Indian. Deathlock by Hashimoto, but that will not be a successful submission hold. Turnbuckle move by Hashimoto countered by Gory. Gory going for an illegal throw, not an illegal. And now a submission move. Standing abdominal stretch, but again, Guerrero, that's 0 on the 3 count on a submission, so he won't even try it. Chop by Hashimoto, no action. Arm hold by Gory. Kick by Gory, countered. Hashimoto kick by Gory. Kicks Gory in the chest, so Hashimoto keeps control. Another kick to the midsection. Throat chop by Hashimoto. Hashimoto trying to get into it with blows, and we're about dead even now, even though Hashimoto has the 15-point cut. Back over to Hashimoto for a jumping DDT. We have an upset. We have an upset in this bout as Hashimoto has defeated Dory Guerrero, and Hashimoto goes to 5-0 this year. Should be getting some attention from promoters throughout GSW with this win. Hashimoto will pick up 5 points and move on to our second round, which we'll have for you next week here on GSW specials, or special after Grand Slam Saturday. 82.15 off of Hashimoto. Guerrero, 92 points off. 3-star match. And now we bring up the main event for tonight, our world title match. Again, if you would, please stand by. We will recap what has happened on the card if you are just joining us for this main event. Before we get to our main event, this is going to be a stolid test for Haas, Dory Funk Jr., as he battles Lou Thesz here tonight. Thesz will be using his Pioneer ratings, 49 minus. Nope, that's Larry Tillman. This is Lou Thesz. Okay, there we go. This is a World Championship match. Of course, Thesz is not the champion, Dory Funk is. So now that we have that set up, let me show you. Thesz is a guy who could hang with Funk because his rating 211, and as champion, Dory Funk Jr. is 232. We'll trade holds here because Funk has a move other than a ropes move, so we'll allow counters each way. So this is it, one fall, 60 minutes in time. This is our main event of the evening from Carbondale, Illinois. In our earlier bouts, I will just go. I know some of you have already heard me go through these bouts a few times, but some of you might just want to watch the title match, so I'll just go through it all. Red Berry over AJ Styles by countout in our opener. Ted Cox and Tommy Rich went to a double DQ. Carlos Roca over Vampiro by DQ. The Scots easily defeat Revival. Mildred Burke loses to Bull Nakano. And our first round bouts of the Monarch of the Mat final stage, our final 18, has now been reduced to 16. Jack Sherry defeated Ricky Chozu by pin in an even 14 minutes. Oddly enough, our second bout also had an even time, 11 minutes. Shinya Hashimoto, and I didn't get his finisher. I did not get his finisher. It was a jumping DDT, I remember. It was Hashimoto over Dory Guerrero, so Hashimoto's going to get Hulk Hogan in round number 2. And I'm sure many will think that that'll end his Cinderella run. So now we get to our main event. And this ought to be quite a test for the Funker, Haas Funk, as he battles Lou Thesz. Check my trade hold recommendations. And computer likes Funk, but I think Thesz can hold on here and do some damage to the champ. Dory Funk's been champ now 16 weeks. This is his second defense this week. You wonder if the reign might come to an end. We start off with a body slam by the champion. No action. Throat chop by Funk. Elbow by Dory Funk Jr. Almost got the pin right there, and we were only about a minute and a half into the bout. Specialty move, spinning toe hold, but Thesz is not going to submit to that with that 0 in his third submission rating. So we move on. Control loss. Thesz has control. Powerbomb countered. Forearm by the champ. No pin. Leg hold by Dory Funk Jr. Dory Funk Jr. has control. Spinning toe hold. That was countered too. Spinning toe hold. But you can't make Thesz submit with that 0 in his third rating. Leg hold by Thesz. No action by Thesz. We go to Thesz again for a body slam. Just crossed the 5-minute mark. Thesz down slightly. As we move on, kick by Thesz. Arm holds used by Thesz. He avoids a DQ. Thesz turnbuckle move countered. By the way, Dory Funk Jr.'s record now 11-2-5. Thesz is 9-4-1. He just recently beat Harley Race and Jack Sherry. In fact, that was the bout that got Race suspended. Leg hold countered. Legal punches by Thesz score. Pin hold countered. Back to Funk for a headlock. Headlock by Funk. Dory Funk in control. Knocking Thesz off the ring apron. 10 more points off. Action happening outside the ring. Chair shot to the face by Funk. Oh! Haas is in a ornery mood. Kick by Dory, which was countered. Funk comes back with Lou Thesz comes back with illegal punches. Pin hold. Got a 9-6-4. How close was that to having a brand new world champion? The only way you would have had the title change hands if a 1 came up on that third roll of 40. Kick by Funk. Kick by Funk. I don't think he's even grasped the fact he was very, very close to being pinned. Chop by Funk. No pin. Legal forearm by Thesz. Turnbuckle move countered. Specialty move. Spinning toe hold. No pin. Or no submission. I don't even know why we tried it. Legal forearm by Funk. Legal punches countered by Thesz. Thesz tries to come back with a suplex, but he can't hoist Funk up. Be careful how you say that. Kick by the champ. Another kick by the champ. Headlock by the champ. No action. We go back to Thesz. Spinning toe hold. That's not going to score. We're at the 15-minute mark, by the way, and Thesz now down about 80 points. Pinhole inside cradle. Did not get the 2 count to go his way, so that didn't trigger the 3. Lou Thesz, a pin hold countered. Funk in control. Spinning toe hold. That was countered. Suplex attempt. No pin. Kick by Thesz. Headbutt by Dory. Chop by Dory. Headbutt by Dory. Forearm by Funk. Legal punches. Submission move right back for Thesz, but that's not going to get it done. We won't even try it. Arm holds used by Thesz outside the ring. We're at 19 minutes. The lead now for Funk, 66 points. Arm hold used by Thesz. Submission move countered. Funk in control. Forearm, that beautiful European forearm that he uses, an uppercut forearm. And that is no pin. We're at 20-50. Auto control loss. Back to Funk. Thesz loses it right back to Funk. Funk with a forearm. No pin. Auto control loss. Back to Thesz. Thesz loses it right back to Funk. Whip to the ropes by Dory. Legal pin attempt, but the ref catches it. So no pin. Deuce is wild on the time. 22-22. It's still Funk by a wide margin at this point. Leg hold by Funk. No action, no action, no action. Suplex attempt by Thesz. Kaboom! That scores, and that's 11 points. Illegal forearm countered by Funk. Illegal arm hold. That's a counter. Whip to the ropes for Thesz for 6 more points off of Funk's total. Can Thesz get a second win here? Arm hold again by Thesz applied. No action. Back to Funk. Legal throw, and that's 5 points off of Thesz's total. Lead is 70 at the 25-minute mark for Funk. Body slam by Funk onto Thesz, but that did not have a great chance of scoring the pin, and we move on. Submission move. We'll try it just for giggles here, but that doesn't work. Dory Funk. Chair shot again, and that's 15 points. Strategy card used. Possible DQ stopped. Legal headbutt by the champ, and that's 4 more points off of Thesz's total, which is now 103 points, the difference. Kick by Funk. Chop by Funk. Auto control loss. Back to Thesz. No action. Back to Funk. No action. Strategy card used and countered. Legal arm hold. Thesz finally gets a hold in. We're halfway through the bout. And it's now 107 points the difference between Thesz and Funk. But Funk's hanging in. Boston Crab, that's not going to get a submission. Auto control loss. We go back to the champ. No action. Back to the challenger. Body slam. Countered. Legal punches by Thesz. Arm hold, countered. Pin hold, roll up, no pin. Very long odds of getting a pinfall there, but Thesz is going to keep trying. Thesz has had 3 pin attempts. He had a pin attempt that came very close to a pin early in the bout. If you want to backtrack and look at that, I was in the first 10 minutes of the bout. Legal forearm by Thesz. Whip to the ropes by Thesz. No pin. Arm holds. So now Thesz looking like he's getting a second win as he's trimmed that lead down to 73 here at 34 minutes. A suplex attempt, ka-chunk, 11 points off of Funk's total. Submission move. Arm breaker by the champ, but that is not going to score a pin as Thesz's submission rating still a 0 on the 3 count. A legal forearm by Funk, and then another. We'll try for a pin here. No. 36:02 gone by. Lead back up to 80 points for Dory. Auto control loss back to Thesz. No action back to Funk. Headbutt by Dory, and that is 4 points off of Thesz's total. Body slam for Dory. Legal arm hold for Dory. Headbutt by Dory. Wicked kick by Funk has opened up a cut on Lou Thesz. And Lou Thesz's forehead has a brutal cut that causes blood to pour out at an incredible pace. Thesz has to be concerned that things are slipping away in this match. So that's a 30-point cut, and the lead now 133. And this is exactly what happened in Dory's title defense against Vern Gagne earlier this week. An injury occurred, and after that, Funk was able to take control of the bout. Submission move countered, body slam countered, submission move by Thesz, which is not going to score. Funk's pin rating now 21-18-1, so you still got to get very, very lucky on that 3 count. Legal forearm by Thesz. That does not score. Doesn't even get a 1 count. We're at 40 minutes, and the damage lead now 119 with a 30-point cut on Lou. Submission move, that's not going to get it done. As long as that submission, that third number is 0. Turnbuckle move. Thesz trying to pour it on. It's like when Marvin Hagler got cut in his fight with Tommy Hearns in 1985. That blood just said, time to go to work, guys. Legal whip to the ropes countered by Thesz. Legal punches for Funk. No action, no action. Legal forearm by Thesz. 7 more points off of Funk's total. But Funk in control. He could just play defensive and get to a draw at this point. Neck hold by Thesz. Pin hold. 21-18-1. Got 1. Didn't get 2. No pin. Forearm by Thesz. Countered. Back to Dory. Another counter. Another counter. Funk in it. Spinning toe hold, but you're not going to get a submission here. No pin. Headbutt by Dory Jr. And that is messing up Funk's face as Thesz has that cut on his forehead. So they both kind of look like Crimson masks at this point, but it's Funk actually kind of wearing Lou's butt. A power bomb does not score the pin for Thesz. Ooh, he's keeping it close though. He's keeping it close. The deficit now down to 102 at the 45-minute mark. We're at the 3/4 pull. Auto control loss back to Funk. Funk with a headlock which scores 6. Legal chop. No pin. Leg hold by Dory Funk Jr. Submission move is countered. Back to Thesz with a legal chop. And Dory loses another stamina level, but he's still got good odds of getting away with a win or a draw here. Body slam countered. Back to Funk. Headlock. No action. Back to Thesz. Legal forearm scores. And we're down almost to the last 10 minutes now. Greco-Roman drop. Got to get a 1 on the third. Doesn't. It's a 9. So again, Thesz reasonably close to scoring a pinfall here. Legal throw by Thesz. Legal speed move by Thesz. Almost gets it there. A 4 when he needed a 1. Suplex attempt by Thesz. Dory goes for 1. It's countered. Back to Thesz. The STF. Oh, this could be it. Oh, so close. A 22. Needed a 21 or other. He had that STF hold on. That single step over toe hold face lock. Nearly got it done there. Thesz giving Funk all he can handle despite his being cut. And the damage lead is now down to 61 points. Legal chop by Funk. Kick by Thesz. Body slam by Thesz. Countered. Another counter. Forearm by Thesz. So Thesz turning it on here in the last 10 minutes. A speed move. Speed move. A kick. Submission move by Funk. We're not even going to try it. Headlock. No action. Suplex attempt. Body slam by Thesz, but he has to get a 1 there, and he's not going to be able to. We're down to the last 5 minutes of the bout. The deficit has now been trimmed to 40 points, but Thesz has that 30-point cut. Thesz, legal throw countered. Funk. And it looks like Thesz has been cut again. Face first into the ring post, and this time the Thesz has a cut on the right side of his nose. That ups his cut total to 53, and that ups the damage lead to 83, actually. Specialty move. Spinning toe hold. This could be a submission. It is not. You're now getting to the point where submissions could happen. I'd love to see these two face off against each other again. Thesz did not successfully qualify for Monarch of the Mat. So this could be a match we could easily have again next week with maybe a stipulation or two. Legal throw by Thesz, no pin. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. That's all the time we have. A bear hug. That will not score a submission. Thesz in control. And now Funk has been cut. As Thesz returns the favor in kind and gives Funk a ring post facial. That's 24 points on cuts off of Funk to go with the 15 normal points he would get for the stamina loss. So now we're back down to 46 points, but we have very little time. Arm hold. We're down to the last minute. No action. Whip to the ropes by Thesz. Time limit expires. We have a time limit draw. Talk about a great bout. You have just seen it here on this GSW special. It went 5 stars. Went 5 stars. Thesz nearly had Funk a couple of occasions in this bout. And I'm sure we will see this again next week. Lou Thesz is going to pick up for the holding Funk to a time limit draw. 4 points. What a bout this was. And there might be some clamoring to Commissioner Soley to make this bout a no time limit bout when they meet again. So we could have a title change right before Monarch of the Mat takes place. 387 and a 24 cut for Funk. 421 and a 53 cut on Thesz. 5-star bout. What a way to end our special. I hope you all enjoyed it. I had a fun time doing it. This has been Big Polly coming to you, wishing you well. Godspeed and God bless. We will do it all again soon. We'll be back for Grand Slam Saturday next week at 7 following our second round special at 8 or thereabouts. So take care, everybody. We'll see you next week, and bye-bye for now, everybody. Woo!